Hello there, and welcome back, you guys. Today is episode 2 of the new Mombassa mock series. I've gotten around to adding 2 more buildings to the city street layout. We'll kind of talk about what I did with these, where the parts came from, and then some future plans that I've got in mind. And before we get too much further into the video, take a moment, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button too, and go ahead and drop a comment down below with some suggestions of things to add to the city. We'll start off with the changes that have been made to the city. Obviously, I've added 2 new buildings. We'll go over those here in a moment, but I have made some changes to the existing buildings. Firstly, on the red building, I removed the whole squirrel thing that was up there. I just kind of didn't really like it. I had a lot of people suggesting I get rid of it, so I ended up deciding to get rid of it. And for now, there's just this white 4x6 plate that's up there. For now, just kind of covering, because there is a gap where that tile was, until I figure out something else to put there. And then obviously I moved this building kind of facing in an opposite direction, not necessarily opposite direction, but facing in a different direction than the rest of the buildings, kind of creating a like end of the street kind of thing is what I was thinking, is maybe this is like a dead end or something like that. So there'll be road and then sidewalk coming this way, which I may end up adding another building here to help represent that. But this is what I've got for now. And then between these buildings, I did kind of add an alleyway with a gated fence. This is one of those fake Lego pieces. You'll kind of notice there are some non-mega parts that are added to this now. I did say that I wasn't going to use Lego, which I am still sticking to. I'm not using any Lego with this mock. However, I have kind of incorporated some non-mega pieces in places that Mega just doesn't make the parts for, or they're not easily available. The other major part that you'll notice is going to be these base plates. These are non-mega as well. Mega just doesn't offer large base plates like these, at least that are accessible and in good colors. The only issue that I've seen is sometimes there's some connection issues with the Mega parts onto these. I don't even actually know the proper name of these. I just got them off of Amazon in a pack of like 6 for like $5. So I'll try to link it down below if I can in case you're curious. But yeah, they work, but they're not the best. Some other changes that I made, I moved the planter box from in front of the recruiting station over to kind of in front of the Red Rocket building. I don't really know what this building's going to be. I've kind of played around, maybe it's a hotel, but I actually have a plan for an actual hotel, so this is just kind of an orange building for now. And then we've got the red gaming store, which is just kind of a red building now at this point. Now they removed the squirrel sign in front of it. And then I've got this new yellow building that I added that's kind of like in my mind, it's like an apartment maybe. I don't know. I added kind of this door texture right here. You got some steps leading up to it. And then it's kind of in this spring yellow, I think is the proper name of the color. At least that's what Lego would call it. All of these pieces in the yellow color, those came from the Pokemon Ferris wheel set that I picked up a whole bunch of when they were on clearance for like $7 at Fred Meyer's. And then added some silver bits. And then the door pieces, those will all come out of another set that we'll talk about here in a moment. And then the recruiting station, nothing's really changed with that other than the planter box got moved, and then it's on this new base plate like all the other things are. Added some sandbags for right here for right now. That's just kind of helping connect this base plate to this base plate. These 2 base plates are completely separate at the moment. But these 2 kind of had to combine together, at least to get all the buildings together. So these 2 are just one large base plate, and then this one is its own separate thing. As of right now, the doorway for the yellow building is a little bit short. I do plan to potentially heighten it a little bit, like by 1 brick height. But that's just dependent on if I can get a hold of another one of those Ferris wheel sets or not. If I can, that's definitely what I'll do, is heighten that up. If I'm unable to find any more, we'll see what happens, but as of right now, this is currently the layout where it's a little bit short. But if you have your figure not standing directly in front of it, it doesn't look that bad in my opinion, and that's kind of what matters since it's my mock. But let me know down in the comments what you think about that. But I am planning to heighten that up if I can, but like I said, that's only if I can. And then our other new addition to the city is going to be this building right here. This does have a few off-brand parts mixed into it. It's not just completely Mega, unfortunately. So obviously the base plate, but then I also added these 2x2x4 bricks that come with these base plates. I think it comes with like 30 of these. So I incorporated that. And they've got a hollow center with one side cut out, which I'm kind of using as like texture right here to give it kind of some interest. So it's not just one flat wall. So I use that to my advantage. And then I've got some stairs leading up to a second level, which is plated off, and then I've got this door here that I brick built and that just kind of leads into whatever building this is. Maybe it's an office building, or maybe I'll make it into NMPD, maybe. It's a potential idea. This is mostly using parts that come out of the Game of Thrones Battle Beyond the Wall set, which I've got one right here. Throw it in camera here for you guys. So, if you watched the last haul video that I did, I picked up 11 of this set, and I've kind of incorporated 10 of them so far. This is the last one that's still sealed. And I've actually ordered some additional ones at this time, so I have 5 more that are coming. So I'll have 16 in total to have parts from. But I did part out 10 of them, and parts went into both this new building, as well as what I'm using for this sidewalk. If you haven't noticed, that's kind of a different layout for the sidewalk, because this Battle Beyond the Wall comes with a ton of these 6x8 dark gray kind of swirled pieces. So there are a ton of those scattered around the outside of the complex, as well as making up the wall for the new building here. I removed part of the retaining wall here just so you can get a better look at the doorway. This is mostly using parts from the Game of Thrones set, except for the silver pieces. Everything that you see that is silver, that came from something else that I just had parts for. But all the stuff in the dark gray and then the light blue tiles, that all came from the Game of Thrones set. Alright, and then I did add this light above the doorway. This is using parts from a Pokemon set. I don't recall which one off the top of my head, but it did come from one of the Pokemon sets. And I have 2 more of that light from that same set, so I'll probably try to incorporate those into the city to kind of give it some proper layout. I do have these lights as well from another Pokemon set that I'm going to maybe incorporate. I'm not sure. They're a little bit short for my taste, so I may try to heighten them up. But for right now, I haven't incorporated any of them into the city layout yet. Another thing that I am working on is I'm trying to fill this gap right here between the 2 buildings, because it doesn't line up, unfortunately. This building sits back a little bit too far compared to the recruiting station. For pictures, I have just kind of thrown in a piece right here. That's a temporary solution. I am trying to figure out something to do that's a more permanent solution. Potentially, I'm going to pick up some more of the floodgate firefights, just so I can bulk up this wall to kind of hide the gap between the 2 buildings. Other things that I would probably add is a door for this building. I just haven't gotten around to adding one yet. And then, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, trying to incorporate some sort of signage up here. That's definitely something that's in the cards. And I may add some sort of a sign up on this upper part of the orange building just to kind of add it some more texture. I do have this here, which I probably will end up removing. Not 100% sure if I'm going to keep that or not, because it doesn't really match the rest of the building design. That's going to be everything I've got for this update on the new Mombassa streets. So if you got any suggestions, go ahead and comment those down below. While you're down there, make sure you've liked the video, and if you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and do so. We are trying to hit 5K subscribers by May 1st, and if we do that, I'm going to post a special video when I got pepper sprayed, and it sounds like a lot of you guys are interested in that. So if you are, hit that subscribe button. I'll try and get another video out in probably about a week or 2 on the new Mombassa layout. I have a plan for a hotel building using some of the Call of Duty crash site sets. I think I've got 3 of that set now. I'm going to try to make those into one large hotel that'll kind of add to the city. But until then, that's all I got for you. Have a good night, stay safe, and keep it clean.